please, can you kindly reevaluate every single rule you adopted for building wildly successful business? I'm gonna ask you something. Please, can you kindly reevaluate every single rule you adopted for building wildly successful business? What I mean by it, this has been sparked by several conversations I had today, and I'll just give you one example. One client told me, but such and such coach, she teaches, and I believe it, that one of our first focuses in the business should be a massive mailing list growth, because you need to get to 25,000 email subscribers in order to sell what you want, because no matter what you sell, enough people will buy. And I'm like listening, what? And you adopted that rule, right? And that's why she was complaining, I'm not ready to have this big success, or I cannot have that great month this month. So look, that coach may be brilliant. Whoever teaches that you've got to build 25K email subscribers, it's a good focus to have, but it has nothing to do with your financial success. Nothing, unless you make it a rule, assumption in your mind, and make it, I've got to have a certain amount of subscribers, certain amount of tribe members, certain amount of people following me, I don't know what, in order to have wildly successful business. Let me tell you a secret. When I first made 7 figures within 12 months, do you know how many email subscribers I had? Somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000. Somewhere around that. I may be even 1,000 up and down because I don't check these numbers too often. The reason is because I completely disassociate the numbers from the financial success. So you set your own rules. I mean, by learning from others, by your own experiencing, by assumptions you make, you create these rules for what you can and cannot do in your business, for how much work it's going to take for you to create that incredible financial month, let's say, to have that incredible launch, etc., etc. So be mindful, please, what rules you create. Another one just pops up in my mind, and this is years ago, it was at the time, I'm going probably 6 years ago now, 6 years ago, down the timeline, when I transitioned my business from offline to online, and I didn't have a base at all. I didn't know how to do the online business, but I thought, you know what, if I want to make a huge impact in the world, I want to open myself up to global community, and online is, we've got internet, that's such a beautiful gift. So I did that, and sure, it was highly uncomfortable because I closed all of my offline activities and marketing activities and workshops and whatnot, what I was running at the time. So it was highly uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, I let go of the little income I had. But 3 months into this process, I had my first 20K month on a very, very small community I built, knowing absolutely nothing about the online business. And in that time, I got this email in my inbox from one of the big coaches I followed back then saying, go, if you want to be successful in coaching, don't try to go online and compete with the other established coaches, because they have got already large nets in the ocean, and you just come and you're just a small fish. It's going to be very hard. Go into your backyard, go into those networking events. And I'm thinking, Jesus, lucky me, I didn't follow that rule, or I didn't adopt it as my rule, because that's exactly what I did other way around and open myself up. And what crazy freaking metaphor is it that you're going to compete with other fish in the ocean? I mean, you can have that metaphor, but that metaphor again creates horrible rule, right? I've got to compete for the business. So the truth is, the alternative is, if you don't want to follow by rules and how everyone else does it, and this should, I need to follow it because they say it should work, so I'll follow what everyone else says, and I will have these rules for what I cannot do. What is the alternative? The alternative is get aligned as fuck Meaning, get aligned, totally aligned with the level of success you want to create, with the purpose you want to create in the world, with the value you want to create in the world. And you ask yourself, how do I want to do this with absolute joy, enjoyment, ease? What will give me tremendous pleasure? How I want to do it? And you create your own rules, essentially. You create your own rules. Rules create limits. Limits on how much we can earn, limits on how much impact we can make. Rules create limits. So evaluate your rules. Evaluate your rules and create your own for your wildly successful business. There's a workshop on that. Shatter your money limits and create wildly successful financial month, happening this Friday. We're going to do it energetically, not by following the rules. So link is in the description. If you haven't seen that, I'm looking forward to seeing you. But for now, I want to hear from you. What one rule you're letting go of today? What one rule, one assumption you made about your business, about your sales, about what does it take to be successful? What one rule you're letting go of today? And what one rule you're creating? What one rule you are rewriting? Do let me know. I love you so much. Lenka Lutonska, offer of energetic selling and marketing here. Of course. Mwah, mwah.